Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to your Rangers Review News Bulletin this Wednesday, the 30th of April. I hope you're all having a wonderful afternoon, whatever you are doing. And lots of Rangers news to get our teeth stuck into, as there always is, of course. But before we do that, a quick word for our podcast sponsors, S1 Jobs. If you're looking to hand in your transfer request, head over to S1 Jobs and upload your CV today. The thousands of jobs across Glasgow, Edinburgh, and the surrounding areas. You'll find the one at S1 Jobs. Right, we'll start off with the big news to emerge yesterday, and it all stemmed from that photograph of the tunnel area at Ibrox with two people carriers and some figures as well. We did some digging, and we could confirm that it was, in fact, the US consortium that are deep in talks about taking over the running of Rangers. Parag Marathi made it up, the Leeds United chairman, to be shown round the stadium, alongside Andrew Kavanagh, Greta Steinson, who have been visible at recent games of Rangers. As 49ers Enterprises director Raminder Dadwal was there as well, shown round by Patrick Stewart, the Rangers CEO, and current chairman Fraser Thornton. So, exciting stuff, you could say. It looks like a deal very much edging ever closer. They are on the brink of taking over Rangers. Andrew Kavanagh, the businessman, the lead chairman, as I mentioned, Parag Marathi, and the 49ers Enterprises technical director Greta Steinson, all in attendance. It's understood they'll seal the takeover by the end of May at the latest. We talked about this on the morning briefing when Joshua joined me this morning, and about the summer ahead. It's a very much an exciting few months on the way you would imagine. These guys have already brought in Kevin Thelwell, who'll join the club from Everton upon the expiry of his contract. Of course, we need to see a new manager put in place, and then the squad rebuilt, which will take place as well. So, looks like that takeover is nearing completion, which is good news for Rangers. We talked about this as well this morning, and I've seen it on social media, fans saying, where would we be if this wasn't taking place? It would be a depressing state of affairs, that's for sure. But exciting times, you feel, are just around the corner. And I, for one, cannot wait for the summer. Sort of players that are going to be linked, the sort of players that are going to pitch up at Ibrox as well. Strap yourselves in, folks. It could be an exciting few weeks ahead. Now, back to the here and now on the pitch. Well done to the Rangers youth side, largely made up of the under-18s, who retained the Glasgow Cup last night with a penalty shootout win over Celtic at Firhill. It was 1 apiece after extra time, and we'll get to who scored the Rangers opening goal shortly. But they went on to win the trophy, and it's a lovely trophy as well. It looks very much like European Championship trophy, if you like. But that will be taking pride of place in the Ibrox Trophy Room. And Stevie Smith, the coach, was speaking after the triumph. And one of the questions that he was asked about was, you must be really proud, not only that you competed well, but you won it also. Says, I actually spoke before the game about the age. It doesn't interest me. I get that some of them are younger, but if we want to get them in the first team quicker, we need to expose them to that sort of environment quicker. And I thought they handled it well. A lot of nerves, you would understand that, but in the end, we managed to find a way to win. And I thought the younger players were excellent. Some of the other questions that he was asked, he says, do you think that early exposure is key to try and bridge a gap to the first team? He says, I'm not going to stand here and say it's going to be perfect. It's something that needed to change. Hopefully it's going to change for the better, but the quicker younger players get exposed to first-team football, in my opinion, the better. Now, he was asked about Mauricio Kasanwirjo, who scored the opening goal and made his return, his long-awaited return from injury. We've not seen him for this calendar year, of course, got injured representing the Dutch under-21s on one of the international breaks. Stevie Smith said he was excellent. I loved having him in the training group yesterday. He brought a voice, he brought a presence. I loved having him in the game. I thought he performed really well in the game for the first game back in 9-10 months. So it was really enjoyable to have him in our group. Other questions he was asked. One of the questions was, Stevie, you've got the first team management set up sitting in the stands. Is that an extra pressure for these boys playing in front of them? The likes of, well, the whole coaching staff were in there. Sharai, Barry, Neil McCann, Alan McGregor, Billy Dodds were all in there. The Celtic contingent, Brendan Rodgers was in there as well. Stevie Smith says, it's just what it is. They need to handle it. We managed the age and stage of some of the players, but that's also something they need to handle. We want to get them in the first team as quick as we possibly can, and we want the manager watching them. They want the manager watching them, but when they get put in those scenarios, they need to perform and cast the eye. So interesting stuff there from Stevie Smith on that triumph. I touched on the image there of the Rangers goalkeeper last night, Ridden Maguire. He was speaking also, 17 years of age, putting a fine performance. He was asked, talk us through the penalty shootout. Is that the best way to win as a goalkeeper? He says, yeah, it's time to step up and be a hero. It's just one of them ones where we do our homework. Thanks to James, Henry and Matty, the analysis team, and goalie coach for helping me with them. Obviously, having it there in front of me is quite hard too. Saved one, probably should have saved the second one, but just delighted to get the win. He was asked about being in and around the first team lately and the experience of working with the likes of Jack Butland and Liam Kelly. He says it's unbelievable. I think it's a dream for a young Rangers fan. I just take it all in and soak it all up. I've been involved in a few matchday squads, so that's just put the icing on the cake. It's about the next step, still, in making it as a number 2 or number 3 and pushing on. He was asked as well, it must be really exciting to be part of, be a young player as part of the club right now. Yeah, I think the gaffer does trust the young players and lets them come and train. You're good enough to be there, so that's what you need to remember when you go around it. You've got to be good enough to be here. If you weren't, you wouldn't be here. It's a great time. And on the prospect of carrying on that great lineage of Rangers goalkeepers, been really blessed with really good goalkeepers down the years. He says it's a dream. It's my target to be my own self, to be the best version of me playing for the Rangers. My dream is to go and play for them at first team level and make myself a number 1. So he's got lofty ambitions, has Ridden Maguire, and yeah, wish him all the best. Of course, you've got him, Mason Munn as well, pushing for more game time. We did see him in the Fraserburgh game. Whether we see him between now and the end of the season remains to be seen. Rangers do have an issue, I think, in the summertime with regards to the goalkeeping situation. I think they need to go out and get another one. They'd be keeping Liam Kelly on board. Still think we need a number 1 in there. But certainly it looks like 2 young goalkeepers coming through, and I've got something about them. So it'll be interesting to see how their careers unfold in the next few seasons. So yeah, that's just some of the Rangers news doing the rounds today, folks. Yeah, touched on Kasanwirjo. Took his goal really well. Bit of a TB, but it's a skill in itself. And he was up in an advanced position and took his goal really well indeed, and certainly enjoyed it as well, going by his celebrations. Now, he's another one, an interesting state of play with regards to him. We haven't seen much of him lately. It's clear he's just building up his match fitness. He only played a half last night at Firhill. Whether he features in the matchday squad on Sunday remains to be seen. I would hope to see him, if not on Sunday, at least the 3 remaining league fixtures for Rangers. I want to see more of Kasanwirjo. I think there's a player in there. Again, it's whether Rangers will look to bring him in on a permanent basis in the summer, given his injury situation, or whether they look to bring him in on loan again from Feyenoord. I'm sure discussions are taking place on that one. Yeah, but do let us know in the comments, folks. Would you like to see him being part of the Rangers squad next season? To let us know. Right, we'll wrap up there. Big thank you for tuning in, as ever. And make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, folks. We recorded a bit of a bonus briefing yesterday evening after that image and video of the US consortium around Ibrox emerged. And Johnny and Joshua were on last night. Make sure you are a subscriber. Hit that notification bell any time that we go live. It could be any time, of course, now with things developing at pace with regards to the takeover. So make sure you do that and you'll never miss a video when we go live. Right, I'm actually off tomorrow on the briefing. You'll be joined by Joshua and Chris. I'm back on Friday. So enjoy your Wednesday, enjoy your Thursday, and we'll speak to you on Friday. Bye for now.